Magandang umaga, which means good morning in Tagalog, in the Filipino language, and Assalamu alaikum means peace be unto you in Arabic. This is Keith and Kaye, my little Philipina. Kaye is not here with me today. She's still in Philippines waiting for her visa to get approved, and she will be here with me shortly. I just would like to make a vlog about why I don't go out on New Year's. Now, there's nothing wrong about going out New Year's and have a little fun if you go out and enjoy yourself respectively and don't get drunk and act a fool or anything like that. But for me, I chose to stay home on New Year's. And the reason why, I had a very, very bad experience. Years ago, and many years ago, maybe about 15 years ago, I used to work in the aerospace industry. I was a supervisor there. And all the supervisors used to get together on New Year's and they party over somebody's house or wherever. And they asked me to come. And I was married at the time, I had a family at home. And my wife told me, no, don't go, please don't go. I don't feel like we don't want to be here by ourselves. I said, well, look, baby, you're sick. You don't want to come. You said I can go. I just want to just show up and be present. And then soon after New Year's, I'll leave and come straight home. Anyway, she begged me not to go, but I said I have to go because I'm supervisor and all the supervisors are going to be there, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I told her I'll be right back home. I'm not going to party or anything like that. Just show up and make a show up. Maybe I'll be back before New Year's. I don't know, but just show up there. Anyway, I started leaving. And I was driving my car to the party. I was maybe 10 blocks away from the party. I stopped at a red light. And all of a sudden, I looked to my left and I seen this woman crossing the street. And I looked at her. She was all bloody and clothes all tore off and everything. And I was like, wow, what happened to her? You know? And then all of a sudden she ran around to the passenger side of the car, opened my door, and jumped in. Now, I usually keep my doors locked, but this particular time my door was unlocked. She jumped in. And she said, oh, I said, what's wrong with you? What's the matter? I mean, you know, what happened to you? You know, my God. You know, and I didn't know what to do. I was so stunned, you know. And she told me, sir, please, could you help me? Please take me home. I said, but, you know, you just jumped in my car. I don't know what's going on. What happened to you? And she said, could you help me? I said, well, you want to go to the hospital? I'll take you to the hospital. She said, no. I said, well, tell me first, what happened? You jumped in my car? I just don't know. She told me that on her way home, she was going home from a friend's house, and that she's trying to get home before the New Year's would start, and so she promised her parents she'd come home before New Year, for the clock strikes 12. And she was walking. She got off the bus and was walking home, and she walked down some residential street, and she passed this house that was empty. All of a sudden, some guy ran out and grabbed her at knife point and pulled her in the back to another house that was empty, you know. And he had her at knife point and told her to keep her mouth shut or he would kill her. And he drove her in the house. She said he beat me in the house. He told me to take my clothes off. And I took my clothes off. I was so scared. He said he'd kill me. And he repeatedly raped me, slapped me, because I started screaming. He slapped me and told me to shut up. And he repeatedly raped me, ripping my clothes off, you know. And I said, and he kept doing it over and over and over again. And I was like, wow, man, whoa. Oh my God, you know. And she was explaining to me what had happened to her, you know, and that she was nervous. She didn't know what to do. And she just stayed there and did whatever he said. She said he blindfolded her, covered her eyes up, and told her to shut up. If you say anything, I will kill you, you know. And then he repeatedly raped her, raped her, raped her. She said that she was there for about maybe 2 hours in that house, you know, just laying there. And all of a sudden, he got off her and told her, shut up and just lay down. She just laid there quiet. And then she heard silence. She just laid there in silence for about maybe, 35 to 40 minutes, you know. And then finally, she said, hey, sir, sir, sir. And he wouldn't say anything. She kept saying that. So then she took her blindfold off, and he was gone. He was gone. And no telling how long he'd been gone, but he was gone. So then she decided to get up and walk home and walk down the street. And that's where she saw me at the red light and jumped in my car and asked me for help. And I said, well, and that's when she was telling me, please, please, sir, help me. And I offered to take her to the hospital and drop her off. But she said no. She said she only stayed about 3 blocks away. Because I just dropped her off at her house. Now, I was kind of scared to do that, man. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, so I took her home to her house. She told me, give me direction, turn here, turn there. And I did. So I turned down the street, and she told me she stays right there. It was an apartment house to stay upstairs. She said, stay right here, sir. I said, okay. Is someone home there? Because the apartment was all dark, looking inside. She said, yeah, my mother and father, they're there. And so I let her out, and I was going to wait and watch her go in the house and make sure she got in there safely, right? So then she got the car, struggled across the street. I mean, she was all ripped apart, clothes were ripped off. I mean, her everything was just showing, and she had scratches. Her face was swollen and it was bleeding all over the place. Her eyes were swollen, you know. And so I sat there and watched her knock on the door, bam, 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 bam. And then all of a sudden the lights came on in the house, and then the door opened up, and I heard screaming, oh my God, what happened to you? Oh my baby, what happened to you? And so I'm thinking, I was nervous, I didn't know what to think, but I knew she got home safely, and so I just cranked my car up, and I took off. I didn't know what she might tell her parents or what she might do. I just didn't know what to do. At least I got her home, and I took off. Now, instead of going to the party, I made a U-turn and went back home. And I said, forget this party, I'm going home. And I went in the house, I got home. My wife asked me, what's wrong? She saw I was really frantic and nervous and scared. And I explained to her what I experienced out there, you know. And she told me, well, I told you not to go nowhere. I begged you not to go nowhere. I told you to stay home. You should have listened to me. I had a funny feeling. I just had this very weird feeling that something was going to happen, you know, because we usually go out together on New Year's, but this particular time I went by myself because she was ill. And just to show up at our friend's house and then leave and come on home. And that's what I experienced. And I told my wife, I'm never going to go out on New Year's again. Because usually when we do out, we don't go in and drink, we don't smoke and that type of stuff. We just go there to socialize and say Happy New Year's and stuff like that. But that was a heck of an experience I never want to ever experience again. I've never seen anything, witnessed anything like that before in my life, you know. And here in America, when New Year's, to strike a 12, when New Year's go off, guns start firing up in the air, you know. And what goes up must come down. Them bullets gonna come down, you know. And so, every New Year since then, I never went out and party again, and I don't ever intend to. And everybody say, well, you know, I just thank God for blessing me with another year of living, you know. And as a matter of fact, I thank him every day for another year of life to get up and to be able to do good in my life, you know, to earn my way to paradise. And but anyway, I'll never go out on New Year's again. For those who do go out on New Year's, that's okay. You know, go out and have your fun. and bring the New Year's in. That's what you want to do. But I chose not to do it. And like I said, most people have to get drunk and get their heads all bad and fall all over the place and Happy New Year and all that type of thing. But not for me. It's not for me no more. Now, if you do decide to go out for New Year's, try to drive safe. Don't get drunk to where you can't drive. Get someone that's not too drunk that can drive. Have an alternate driver, you know, because it's really not safe, especially here in LA. You know, there's so many accidents around New Year's time. People trying to drink and drive. And then they leave parties or clubs or whatever. Then they go home, they drive home and have an accident. And it's so sad to see a lot of these youngsters, a lot of teenagers out there that drive and drunk. Most of the fatalities are from teenagers, young teenagers, first-time drivers. They think they can get out there and handle the road, and they get drunk and end up having an accident or end up losing their lives. It's very sad to see and to hear about. But anyway, for me, I ain't going out on New Year's ever again. I'll come home, I'll be home, I'll either be in bed or I'll sit up and watch the dance programs or something like that, you know, and enjoy it then. Now, this has been years ago. My wife has long since been returned to God. She's passed away. And I got me a new Philipina. I got a girl from Philippines. Her name is Kaye, and we're engaged, soon to be married. She'll be out here when her visa get approved. We spent many times together. I've been to the Philippines 3 times. I spent with her, and I love her and her family. They're very great, and I spend to enjoy the days with her. So anyway, that's the reason why I do not go out on New Year's and don't intend to go out on New Year's. Don't need to party on New Year's. No, I just bring it in. Like I said, I thank God for another year, and that's the way it is with me. With me, no more partying on New Year's for me. That experience was enough for me. That knocked me. That just took away. That was an experience I don't hope no one would ever have to experience. But anyway, if you like this video, please subscribe below. I'd appreciate that very much. And you enjoy your New Year's and have a good time. See you on the next Keith and Kaye, my little Philipina. Bye.